Okay, something along those lines. Cool. Okay, let's go. Yo, what up, how you doing, guys? My name is Sangiev. Today we are back with another video, and as you can see from the title, I am going to be showing you my most recent pickups that I acquired over the month of me traveling from LA to Sri Lanka to Australia, back at home, with a couple of other pit stops, but those were the three main locations. Normally I include my pickups in my monthly favorites. However, like I stated in my previous video, I kind of wanted to save this because it's going to be quite long. So grab yourself a drink, chill out, and let's just go through these. And thank you for checking out my previous video where some of you, a lot of you actually, were quite opinionated about the pieces, and that's what makes this fashion game so beautiful. I might like something, you might absolutely despise it. You might despise something, I might like it. I just said the same thing basically twice. But today's video is actually one of the big sponsors of this channel, so thank you ever so much to the beautiful people at ShopTagger. If you've been following me for a while, you know that those guys have been supporting the channel for quite a bit now. Generally, I just want to say a massive thank you for those guys to actually allow me to carry on doing this full time. Now, as you are aware, I don't have a clothing or merch line yet. So the sponsorships, videos, and brands that want to work with me is what kind of keeps us going. So thank you to the guys over at ShopTagger. If you don't know what ShopTagger is, it is a platform / app website that basically allows you to create a wish list of your favorite pieces across multiple retailers, so you have them all in one spot. And the best thing about it, or at least the use of it that I see the most, oh my god, did that even make sense? The most use that I get from it is during the sale period when items go on sale, price drops, and what this allows you to do is basically they give you a little pop-up to let you know that something has gone down to, I don't know, an extra 10%, an extra 20%, 30, da-di-da. Perfect for someone like me that is constantly looking to get some bargains. So upon landing on ShopTagger, this is your home page. Now the first thing that you should do is to actually click on the Get the Button widget, and what this allows you is to install a widget on your browser, so that whenever you do come across a piece that you like from a retailer, then you can tag it and add it to your list very quickly. So you click this button, it will just add it to your browser. And then something else that I perhaps would recommend you guys to do, Boxing Day is coming up, and we know that although a lot of the websites have already gone on sale, after the 26th, 24th, 26th is when the big sale really hits, and that's when you get a lot of further markdowns. So this is the perfect opportunity and the perfect moment for you now to kind of add these things to your list, and then as soon as it drops, ShopTagger will send you an email, boom, you click, you purchase, and you're good to go. So I created one for Boxing Day, and I'm going to quickly show you guys how to add an item. So let's go to Essence, one of my favorite retailers, for example. If we go to the sale now, as we all know, Essence, they're kind of tight, you know, when it comes to their sale stuff. They're very stingy, especially for us guys in the UK. But for example, just random brand, Miyake, what do they have that's absolute fire? So these beige velour trousers, Miyake men, so buff. They're actually reduced by 43%, and they're now 337 quid. Still expensive. So you select a size, my size would be a size 2, and then you can click this widget right here, and what this allows you to do, once you click on it, a little box will pop up, notify when any price changes, add it to the list if you wish. My list is called Boxing Day, in that specific size, save and show. Item has been saved, you're good to go. It takes you back to Essence afterwards, and you may resume your shopping if you so wish. And just like that, if you go back to your ShopTagger, there it is, man. It's that simple, it's that beautiful. It's in your Boxing Day wish list as well. So you know that when this guy drops in price, your boy's gonna cop, or at least I'm gonna try and cop. Please, for the love of God, I can't even speak. Please, for the love of God, nobody go and cop that, please. That piece, please. Please, 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 please. But that is that for ShopTagger. It's a super simple widget. It's effective. It's for everyone. You know what I mean? You get to save big bucks that you get to spend later. So if you wish to take a look at ShopTagger, if you wish to download it, links to everything will be in the description box down below. Now let's start with our pickup. Straight off the bat, most if not all of these pieces were acquired from vintage stores, so you finding an equivalent of them might be tough, but that's not to say that it's not doable. I'll be leaving links to alternatives or to my sale picks that look relatively alike to those pieces in the description box down below as well. Item number 1, and it's actually a piece that you guys have already seen. This was purchased from Varsity in LA. It is one of my favorite vintage stores. I would go as far as to say that it's my favorite in LA. I think the curation, the selection is absolutely amazing. They've got something that pretty much ticks everyone's boxes. Yes, some of the pieces are relatively expensive, but there's some pieces that are a bit more affordable. And yeah, it's a really cool selection, and this happens to be one of them that I came across. And I've actually already showed you guys this bad boy. It's going to be so blown out because of the lights, but I've already shown this bad boy to you guys in my how to style Nike off-white Prestos. This was my final look, and it is a pair of sort of cream, maybe they were white initially, but they've been worn so much that they're now cream, or maybe they are just cream, sort of off-white cream Stussy 90s dungarees. They're so sick. I absolutely love the fit on them. This is a size medium. Super sweet detailing all across the body, but still fairly minimalistic. I love to wear this in a sort of streetwear manner with some trainers, but I think it looks awesome with some boots in that video. And plus I'm sure the B-roll I'll be using for this, that's a more streetwear look. But if you were to go to my IG, I've got it with some boots and a t-shirt, and it can definitely be worn in a more sort of bootsy way. Not that that's a word or anything. So sick, man. There's that for item number 1. Item number 2, this guy was actually acquired in Australia. Man, I was very surprised. You guys, well, Australia is such a big country, Sydney in particular, I was very surprised just because going into it, I didn't know much about the fashion scene. I assumed you guys would have some vintage or charity or thrift stores, but I didn't think the selection would be as good as I came across. I think you guys have an awesome selection of stores. When it comes to designer goods, obviously you're paying a higher price point than it is in Europe, but that's understandable considering all the shipping fees and all that shit. But vintage, man, I think the selection in your stores, so sick. And this guy, again, you guys would have seen it in that previous video, the Nike off-white Presto styling video. It is a Guess jeans vintage sweatshirt, size XX. What? I did not know this was a size XXL. Size XXL, hence the super oversized baggy fit. However, for a size XXL, it's still relatively short in the body, which I absolutely love, just because it sits really nicely, you know? I'm not exactly the tallest of guys, so if you have something super long, it can kind of drown you, and to have something short, you can play with your proportions a lot more, basically. The sleeves are super baggy, and I love the fact that the previous owner of this jumper had some repairs done to this piece, and you can see some of the seams with red stitching. I think it's so sick. Awesome piece, man. I love it. Guess jeans. It's been faded so beautifully as well. The color is just absolutely insane. So that is that for item numero dos. Now, the second store in Australia that I went to a lot, and this was again a vintage store, it was called Route 66, and I can't remember what the area was called. It was one of the the hipster spots. Newtown, I think it was. Was it Surrey Hills or Newtown? It was Surrey Hills, and this store called Route 66, man, love it. First of all, the guys are awesome in there. Secondly, the selection is so well curated. And thirdly, it's not going to be everyone's cup of tea. However, if you are into sort of 50s, 60s, 70s, even 80s, 90s, basically it's by era, and it's very sort of vintage Americana cowboy feel to it. And some of the pieces that I copped today, you'll definitely get that from them. Then we've got this shirt. This is a bowling shirt from the 50s. I just absolutely love it, man. I love the colors, I love the cut, I love the detailing. At the front, as you can see, you've got Kenny. Whoever Kenny was back in the day, hopefully you absolutely killed it at the bowling, man. You've got 2 pockets. You've got this really interesting double layered look to the shirt, basically. And I think, obviously I picked it up because I liked it, but also picked it up because I feel like there's a lot to learn from this piece. And if I was to ever make a shirt, I feel like there's certain elements that I can reference from this, be it the sleeve detailing, as you can see with a hint of red popping up, or even on the side of the body with this seam that kind of attaches both of the side seams together. And most importantly for this bad boy, if you turn it around, you've got this amazing embroidered work that just says Bud Syrup and the logo of this bowling team. So I assume Bud Syrup is the name of the team. This was a bowling team back in the 50s, and they've got a sick ass crest. I tried to do some more Google research, but I didn't come across anything. Now, truth be told, this was a size large. It fits beautifully. It is a tad bit too long. If I wanted to, I could get it shortened, and normally I would. However, when something's really old, like this is from the 50s, this is older than me, this is older than my parents. So with such a piece, I'm not too sure if I want to go to the tailor and get that shit altered. Maybe I'll just leave it as it is. But I do think it could look just as sick if it was a tad bit shorter. So item numero 3, this amazing bowling shirt from the 50s, Hilton. Single needle sleeve, because we're single needle gang. Single stitch gang only. Sticking with that same store, my god, do you know how hard that was for me to say? Sticking with that same store, we've got another piece. And when I was talking about Americana cowboy feel, this is exactly what I meant. They had this amazing selection of cowboy / western shirts. This guy is from Gretsch, True West, Rockmount, Ranch Wear, which if I'm not wrong, is very much a brand that still produces a lot of sort of western inspired pieces since 1883. Just amazing, amazing shirt, man. Look at the detailing on this. I feel like this is one of those pieces where if Saint Laurent did it, you know that people would go crazy for it. They might have used a slightly different material, but that's what makes this piece amazing. I absolutely love, love, love all the detailing that can be found at the front. It's so hard, from the pocket detailing to the embroidery, the guitars, the branding, the balls, the stuff that can be found on the sleeve cuff, and then if you turn it around, you've got some more work on the yoke. Just incredible, incredible shirt. This is a size medium. Now, once again, like the other shirt, to be fair, much like other cowboy / western shirts, you would expect to tuck the shirt in. Therefore, it is a bit on the longer side. This, I don't mind going to the tailor and get that cropped in, just because I feel like this shirt looks a lot better when untucked. Skinny jeans, black boots, this shirt, big cowboy hat. If you're gonna go cowboy, go all out. Super, super sick. I'm so glad to add this to my collection, man. I can't wait to style this and to play around with it, because I think it's absolutely fire. And I think in black as well, you really, really cannot go wrong. So, boom, Gretsch shirt, cowboy shirt, Calabasas Cowboys, newest, latest edition. Your boy Sanj. Sticking with shirts, 2 days before I was going to fly back home, the guys told me that they were getting a new delivery of some 70s shirts. Pop in, take a look, and see if there's anything you like. And I came across these two next shirts, which are very similar in cuts. Man, are they super sick. You've got these 70s, they called it party shirts. I don't know if you can call it that. Short sleeve, Revere collar, just an insane piece, man. Relatively short, it's quite boxy. Now, something that I love, which I'm wearing a Revere collar shirt right now, but as you can see the difference, the collar / lapel is so much more exaggerated, and something that is common across both shirts is this perforated nature in the body. You've got stripes in this blue one. This blue is absolutely beautiful. It can be worn on its own. It can be paired with a white t-shirt underneath, as I've shown in the on body. And yeah, man, super, super sick. I cannot wait to wear this as well. Perhaps now's not the season for it in the fall winter. I don't know how much wear I'm going to get out of it, but who knows? Maybe. I had to be very quick with this just because, well, truth be told, there isn't exactly much you can say about a solid colour shirt. And then moving on, we've got, again, very similar design, very similar details. Super exaggerated Revere collar with the lapels kind of opening up. It's not a lapel, but I don't know what else you'd refer that as. Short sleeve, boxy, chest pocket, perforated material. I love the color. You've got this orange pattern sitting on a very light cream, which kind of gives the whole piece a hint of pink. Basically, if you look at it from afar, only when you look at it from close can you see that it's actually like a salmon color, basically. Super, super sweet, man. And this, again, like the other one, is a piece that I'll be looking to reference when I do make my own pieces, because I absolutely love the cuts. There's some beautiful details that we can definitely take inspiration from. And as you all know, fashion is constantly a cycle, a recyclable cycle. So whatever you see popping now has definitely been definitely might be an overstatement, but it's definitely popped at some point in the past. Okay, the first t-shirt is from Varsity in LA, and it's just a beautiful piece. Super, super light. It's obviously been worn quite a bit. The material softened beautifully and you can kind of see through it. It's youth of today. We're not in this alone. Now, I'm going to be completely honest with you. I had absolutely no idea that this was a record. I thought this was more of like a political saying or political vintage tee. And then at the till point, the guy was like, oh, I absolutely love this record, man. I was like, okay, me too. Once I listened to it. Super sick piece. As I said, the reason why I was gravitated towards it is because of the graphic. I think it's so sick, the colors, the way that everything pops, and it's quite strong visually. It's striking is the word I'm looking for. Single stitch gang. Once again, we don't buy vintage band tees that are not single stitch. Bruh. We came across this piece. This was purchased in Australia. Michael Jordan, Chicago Bulls, the GOAT. Now, I don't want to start a debate about who's better, whether it's King LeBron or MJ. They each have their differences and they're both absolutely amazing players. Super sick tee. Absolutely love the print. It's faded so nicely. I think like someone might have dropped some bleach on it because there's definitely hints of like bleaching every now and again. I think one of the favorite things that I look for in vintage tees is I think one of my favorite thing I look for in vintage tees is I can't speak, is the distressing around the neckline. I think it's so sick. It adds a really nice touch to it. Once again, single stitch, and this guy is a size large. So it fits really nicely. It sits really well to be worn under a shirt, hoodie, or just on its own if you're out somewhere really hot. Now, the last two pieces were acquired from Australia, the real deal, and I'm so glad I got them, man. As I've shown you guys and I've told you guys before, I've been after vintage cigarette brand tees for such a long time. I don't know why. I don't smoke. I've got this vintage Marlboro tee. So sick. Love it. Pocket detailing, really clean, simple, logo plastered on there. And in the back, you've got the Marlboro Adventure Team. I'm still looking for the perfect one. Like, this is great. This fits awesome. This looks amazing. But this isn't my dream cigarette tees. Maybe I need to come up with it. Maybe I'm going to design one. Because, man, the one I have in my head is amazing. But yeah, super sick. All these tees were roughly, give or take, $50 to $100. I can't remember the exact price point. And then the last pickup of this video, once again a cigarette brand tee. Perhaps my favorite t-shirt as of recently, just because it's a thing of beauty, man. Look at it. Look at it. The colors, first of all, amazing. This sort of lilac purple, faded purple lilac color is something that you don't come across very often in vintage tees. Once again, Marlboro. This time it says country store, and it's been distressed so beautifully. There's holes all over. You kind of look trampy. The pockets falling off. There's just something so nice about it, man. I remember being in Australia and trying to explain the concept, not explain the concept, but just speaking to my aunt about the beauty behind vintage clothing. And I remember she kind of didn't get it at first. It was like, why do you spend so much money on clothes that look worn and have holes everywhere when you could go to a high street store and get something that looks nice and looks well put together? And explain the whole bubble of fast fashion, how it's a necessary evil, but not one that I wish to continuously support. Vintage is just great. You're giving life to a piece after it's been worn. You're recycling. It's helping the environment. It's just everything about vintage is fantastic. In the back, Marlboro Country Store. We've got some men wearing some jeans and some boots. We've got more distressing. Love this piece. I love the way that this fits. And I believe there's no size tags on this, but it's got to be a size larger XL. Baumskis. Oh my God, I just noticed. This is not... Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? It's not a single stitch, boys. I fully did not clock this. It's not a single stitch. I've let us down massively. Ah, you've just been demoted, mate, from my favorite t-shirt to just top 10. Why do you not have a single stitch? Why? But that is that for this video, man. Thank you so much for watching this. I know it's been long, and I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you finished your drink if you had one. And I wish to say a massive thank you once again to the guys over at Shop Tagger for sponsoring this video, for sponsoring my journey on YouTube, and for allowing me to create content. So if you wish to check them out, links will be in the description box down below. If you wish to see my sale pics and some of the pieces that I might find similar alternatives to, once again, everything will be in the description box down below. Thank you so much for watching. We're getting close to Boxing Day, which means your boy is about to go to town. But before that, we've got a couple more videos. We've got Christmas. If you wish to follow me on my social media, it's all right here. Sangiev. That is for my Instagram, my Twitter, and everything else. My first name, simple as that. If you like this video, a thumbs up goes a long way. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Share, subscribe, do all that other jazz. Have a beautiful day. Take care. Peace.